YouTube, what's up? Back again for another fishing video here on Andrew Upshaw Fishing. You know, I was sitting here driving to Pickwick. I got here late tonight, and I was sitting there thinking, like, man, what are some fishing superstitions? And, you know, I kind of get in that kind of mode sometimes, especially when you're driving late at night. You sit there and start thinking about stuff, and I started thinking about superstitions and bass fishing, and, you know, I was like, man, there's a couple things that I'd love to tell y'all about that y'all can absolutely make fun of me for. But I'd love to know, what is some of your fishing superstitions? Drop it in the comment section below. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like. And if you aren't subscribed, I mean, I don't really want to tell you what to do, but you should probably subscribe to this channel. I would appreciate that. And I hope you enjoy this video. And make sure you stay tuned right after this. Alright guys, made it in my hotel room here at Pickwick, and on my drive down, it was only about a 10-hour drive, so it wasn't too terribly bad. Had to go pick up my boat at a buddy's house, but I was starting to think about fishing superstitions. We got to telling some stories and stuff, and you know, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, what are a few things that I've had happen in my life that I was like, you know, this definitely, I felt like made a difference. So I'll start out with the easiest fishing superstition there is in bass fishing for the most part, and that's a banana in the boat. Do I think bananas in the boat are right or wrong? I can tell you this: if I find a banana in my boat, I lose my mind. So, quick story, take you down memory lane. I was at a Costa Series tournament on Lake Amistad, and a co-angler that I drew, super nice dude, like super great guy. He brings not only a banana, but a bushel, like a whole group of bananas in my boat. Well, I don't know this at the time, so I pull up to a grass bed and I'm catching them on a rattle trap. Like, when I'm catching them, like, I thought I'd go weighing 20 pounds off this one little grass bed. I mean, it was loaded with bass. And I roll up to this grass bed, and I lose, and when I say I don't just lose one, I lose like 6 or 7 fish. They're all like 3 to 5 pounders, every one of them. And I'm losing my mind at this point because I don't know what's going on. I'm changing hooks. I'm switching rods because, I mean, I'm jumping fish off left and right. And it's about 11, 12 o'clock, something like that. You know, the fishing had kind of slowed down. I wasn't getting any bites. He wasn't getting any bites. There was no wind. And I'm just spinning wheels at this point. I'm flipping wood. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. Just trying to generate something, some type of activity. And I see him sit down in the back of the boat. And he sits down and he grabs his lunch out. And he grabs a bag out. And in this bag, he pulls out a whole bushel of bananas. Well, at this point, I'm already like, what in the crap? Like, are you serious? You have a whole... And I start riding him a little bit. You know, I'm like, dude, what the hell? Why the heck would you bring bananas on a boat? Like, that's the biggest absolute no ever in bass fishing. And he's like, oh, man, this is my lunch, you know? And I felt bad, so I was like, dude, you got to get rid of those. And at first, he kind of looked at me, kind of out of the corner of his eyes, like, really? And I'm like, no, like, I'm dead serious. You got to get those things off my boat. And I might have used a choice word or two, like, get those damn things off my boat, basically. And I'm like, I don't care what you do with them. I just don't want them in this boat. I said, you can have all my lunch. You can have every drink in this boat. You can have everything in this boat when it comes to food and drinks. I do not care. You can have all of it. But I don't want them bananas in this boat. And I kid you not, he threw the bananas out, and I know he was reluctant to do so because, I mean, it was his lunch. I get it. But, like, at the same time, like, I don't want bananas in my boat. So I give him my sandwich, and I think I actually had 2 sandwiches. I give him my sandwiches, I give him drinks, whatever. I pull back up to that grass bed, and I kid you not, within 30 minutes, 40 minutes, I had like 16 or 17 pounds in the boat. And from that day forward, when I have a co-angler get in my boat, one of the first things I ask him is, hey, you don't have a banana in the boat, do you? And I know it sounds so goofy, and it's like so silly and dumb, but like, guys, when I say that, like, I am like insane about it now, like, it absolutely eats at me if a banana's in my boat. So yeah, that's definitely one of my superstitions, and I've had it for quite some time. I mean, this has been, I want to say that Amistad tournament was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I mean, it's been maybe even 7 years. I mean, it's been a while ago. So it was definitely one of those that like really got in my head. And I mean, we've all had those tournaments, like little things. My dad was a head football coach for 30 plus years, and he had a couple superstitions in football. He'd always tell his captains, you only can call heads every time. And if we won the toss, you always deferred to the second half. You always kicked off first. Every single time, no questions asked. You did not call tails, and you did not receive that kickoff. Ever. Ever. And it was a superstition thing. It was more of a... And I mean, there was probably a little bit of, mindset there. But, at the end of the day, coaches are probably some of the most superstitious people. I remember my mom always joked about, my dad, when they get on a hot wind streak, you didn't want to change anything. You almost didn't even want to wash clothes. And I feel like we're the same way. You kind of get, in this roll when you're fishing. And you get that sweatshirt, I have a sweatshirt that I love to wear. And when I get in the zone, I don't want to wash it. I know that sounds super gross and everything, but, I don't want to wash that sweatshirt because it's, it smells like fish. I catch fish, and, you don't want to change that mojo. And it may sound stupid, but that's just kind of where I'm at. We play, this game that we play, this bass fishing game that we play is so mental. And the stronger you can be up here, the better you're going to perform, no questions asked. So if you have to revert to some of these superstitions to help your mental game, then it's worth it, no questions asked. And that's what I think I do to a certain extent sometimes. And I'll tell you my last one. So, first off, bananas, no questions asked. Absolutely, bad luck for me. Second one, sweatshirts, you get in one you like to wear, and I had some shorts for a long time that, I wore them on days that I needed a big bag, and I'd catch a big bag, and it's I saved those shorts for, big bag tournaments. I know it's goofy. I get it. I've gotten some weird looks over the years for that one. The last one, I'm going to get the most weird looks, no questions asked. When I pump my gas, on practice days, tournament days, my gas has to have an even number. And I'm not saying 27 gallons even. I'm saying it has to be 27, 24, 27, 36. The last number has to be an even number. I got that from Ben Matsubu. And so we got ready to go to Amistad. It's so funny. Why does Amistad keep popping up? Well, we go to Amistad to fish a bass champs, and we hadn't been there all year. And that particular year, we were just kind of jackpotting these bass champs tournaments. No practice whatsoever. We just show up, hadn't been there in years, and just go fish. Well, we leave Hemphill the night before the tournament, and he was like, man, we got to pump the gas even. I think I'd left it odd, and he's like, no, man, we got to even that out. And so I even it. He's like, and we're getting the truck, and I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? And he's like, man, it's like a good luck thing. And we get there, and we get, I want to say it was third place. We had 24, 26 pounds, something like that. We crushed them. It was one of the best football jig bites I'd ever been on. And literally ever since then, every time I pump gas, it has to be an even number. It literally gets in my head if I can't get the gas pump perfect on an even number, it really irritates me. So that's just a few of my superstitions of bass fishing. Are superstitions a real thing? I don't know, but I do believe that the stronger you are up here, the better you're going to perform on the water. No questions asked. So if you have to revert to those superstitions, then absolutely you should, and it will make you a better fisherman because, like I said, the stronger you are here, the better you are when you're making those casts. I know this isn't per se a daily fishing tip, but I found it so fascinating that, you always hear something different from somebody. That everybody has this one or two little quirks about how they are as a person or as a fisherman. And I love to learn those little things about people. And I was hoping that maybe y'all would enjoy a couple of those stories, throwing it back to some superstitious days of bass fishing and kind of share a little bit of my background on everything that I've experienced on the water. Guys, thank y'all for watching this video. If you haven't, like I said before, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner. We're bringing you daily videos, tournament recaps, all kinds of great stuff on this channel, even some Warzone clips from Call of Duty. So check out all that great content, and I will see you on the next video. Bam!